Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 76 of Direwolf20's server play series. You can see me just wrapping up all my moving that I did between last episode and this one. So you can see most of my chests in my old house are pretty empty right now. All the forcillium that I had in the form of monazite ore I threw in my macerators downstairs, so it's currently getting macerated. I still have a few pieces of wood, some seeds and stuff. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I'm not too keen on that. Bunch of forcillium that I'll transport over in a bit. Few little Thaumcraft items, nothing too much left here. I'm not like going to totally abandon this house. I do still like this house, but I'm going to transport all my important materials back over to my new base. Looking pretty good so far. And I'm about ready, I think, to start testing my new base's design. So we can see here that what I've done is I've transferred everything over around. I've set up a new layer of barrels up top here. I've got a bunch of mob drop type items in these barrels, and I've got some blocks up there. So the stuff that's high up is the stuff I probably won't have to access too often. We've got a bunch of random items in here just from different mods. So there's the red power chest and the buildcraft and stuff chest and industrial craft and whatnot. And this and this and this and this don't belong in here. I was kind of rushing through, pushing items through this stuff, so don't mind me. Looking good. Cool. So I'm about ready to put my ender chest on my Quarry frame head to see how well it works out. So let me just get my items re-put together here. I had cleared out my inventory to make it easier to transport items, and now that I'm done, I can go ahead and put this all back to the way it was. I definitely want to carry around you and you and you. These are important things to have on my person. Yeah, cool. There you go, much better. I've got a few things I want to add on to this system too, but I'm going to take my ender chest with me. I should probably just draw, this stuff's all fine. Cool. These things I have to figure out what I'm going to do with. Gold, obviously, can be sorted. And I did actually add, instead of having the iron pipes up there was just not working, so those friction tubes. So I went ahead and put a transposer down here, which ensures that items cannot bounce back upwards. So this is a one-way pipe now. And what else did I change between then and now? Not much. Mostly just, getting everything moved over, which I think works out pretty well. Might want to throw a blaze barrel down. I wouldn't mind having a barrel full of blaze stuff. Let me do that real quick. What do my covers go to? Player and Tog on the server at the moment. And let's get this followed by that.
So we can't jill.
And Soren's on TeamSpeak. What's up, Soren?
No. Apparently the server's not letting us log in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the login servers are down at the moment, I believe.
I like Trust.
How about I get my Quarry head ready? I'm going to get it running, and then I'll be back, guys. Alright, so I'm just swapping my ender chest on my Quarry head. I think the server crashed while I was in the middle of the Quarry moving, so I'm going to go ahead and run this dig command again. And then that should just make its way down. There it goes. So while that's digging, I'm going to head back to my main base and see how everything works out. My sorting machine should be pulling everything through and taking care of everything that needs to happen. Let's watch. And everything should be sorted rather well if we watch. So yeah, we can see a bunch of stuff showing up here. Oh, you know what I don't have yet set up is my auto boxing system. That's the thing that's going to combine all my useless Zycraft ores. Hint.
Hey now.
Just calling him like I see him. I actually put that thing a little too close to that. What was in here? I think that was my amber chest. Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Probably. Got to move that over one or something. Yeah, that'll be alright. So everything should be smoothing through. All my Zycraft ores will just kind of flow through and do their thing. Now, how come... Oh, yeah, copper. Huh. Well, this is a good test, actually, because I'll get all the raw ores, because I haven't filled out my sorting machine just yet. So right now I've just got silver and lead in there. But soon I'll be able to put all my copper and iron and everything else as it collects in the overflow chest. So this is kind of like my first live run of the system. So let me actually throw some iron in there, because I have some of this ready to be put in there. Cool. Now any new iron ore that shows up should make its way to get smelted and macerated and everything. I've got some tin, I've got some of this copper, I've got some of this copper, I've got some of this tin. This stuff can all be set up like that. Cool. We'll put you all back. Nice. Why are you going that way? You're blue. You should be going this way. What are you doing? Oh, right. I'm gonna have to move that transposer, aren't I? Or just paint this part black. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Let's go get our black paintbrush, which should actually be here now. Ha. Derpy Dyer is derpy. Oh boy, I think the server crashed. I'll be back in a few, guys. Alright guys, we're back. It actually wasn't the server crashing, it was just a quick connection loss. So, back to painting tubes. Let's paint this stuff down here black. Now anything blue should not be allowed to go through going forward.
User entered your channel.
Oh really? You don't say. Any more ores going to make their way down here? There's some. Hey, there we go. Nice. See? Blue thing's going that way. That's the way it should be. And a bunch of things flowing everywhere to getting properly sorted. Look at that. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Beautiful. So what I'll do is I'll wait for the sorting thing to be done. I need to relocate the whole, combine things into blocks thing, because I don't have a spot for individual zirconium. I just have blocks of zirconium ready to go up here. So I'm going to need to get that going. A couple other things. Obviously lots of ores that I need to account for. I'll be back in a few. Okay guys, I am back, and I'm about to replicate this here machine, just in a little bit of a different manner. All I need to get from here is this guy. Alright, cool. So I've got my packager, and I've got a couple other things that are going to help this work a little bit smoother than it did in this world. So let's head on over to Dyer's base and check this out. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm making a strong point not to use any timers or anything. I'm trying to automate as much as I can without the use of timers or machines like that. So I'm going to come down here and get ready to run some power lines, because down here is going to be kind of like a little, I don't know, I want to say base. Yeah, we could say base. A little underground area where I'm going to be doing a little bit of extra work. Sound cool? I thought so. Looks like we've got the underground cave system that's down there. Don't worry about that too much for now. We'll worry about underground caves at another time. So basically, what I want to do is set up the following. I need some tubes on me. I don't think I have any. Where are we with pneumatic tubes? I could probably use a few. Brass. I really need to make more brass. See if we can get Pahimar to join us. So what I want to do is come this way over here. And I'm thinking, how is this going to work? So packager, okay, like this. And I need the buffer thing still. So I'll definitely want a buffer chest, but I need to indicate which items go into the buffer chest. Hey, is that Pahimar?
Pahimar!
Pahimar!
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Busy. How about you?
I'm doing good. Quite good.
Busy with what?
I've promised a fix for Buildcraft. I have a Forge PR I need to write, and there's still stuff I need to do for EE.
Oh boy.
And you can hear my dogs tearing up the house in the background.
Nice. I'm trying to sort out how I want this system to work. I had an idea, and then I kind of have forgot it. So items will come out there just fine. They won't be able to make their way back anywhere. So everything will get after it's stamped. Now, the question is, how do I determine which items come down this path? I think I know the answer to that. Give me a second to think it through. Alright guys, we're back, and these guys are talking shop, so I'm letting that go on. Pahimar's talking about some EE3 stuff, and I came up with a plan for how I want to sort this stuff, so you guys carry on.
No, it's too bad. Direwolf's recording. We'll have to stop talking shop.
Yeah.
Pog was about to lead us into a rousing Christmas carol.
Yeah.
That sounds
I was
fun.
not Kumbaya? Oh, we did Kumbaya at the campfire.
It's Christmas time. I'm not camping. I live in Canada.
Yeah. No, Pahimar, no camping.
Your weather order got
Shoot.
mixed up and came to Dallas because we got snow last night.
Yeah, I
Getting
think
it back.
we have snow. Like, well, I can't tell now because it's pitch black out. But I think it was snowing this evening.
There's some snow down here. Please.
I actually wouldn't mind more snow.
So I didn't actually put the hook in. Let's did. And I don't think he did it quite the way I suggested. But what was lacking in it?
I don't remember, man. That was 2 months ago.
Oh, so 2 months ago you put in the fence for it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, here's the plan, guys. You ready? Let's do it. I'm gonna need a little bit of you, and you. That should do it.
I like how Direwolf starts that out with, "Here's the plan," and then doesn't tell us the plan.
No, it's like,
Nuts to you guys and your
Okay,
plans.
team, go.
got it.
Huh.
It's good
No,
to
what
know
I'm
we're all
doing is
mind readers.
I'm setting up a
Decompiled
restriction
direwolf.
tube on the filter, and I'm telling the filter that it's allowed to accept copper, tin, and iron. And that's the stuff that'll go into the chest. Oh, see, look, it just went in. Poof. Nice. Cool. Did you guys go in there? Oh, that's right. There's a thing there, isn't there? So I can't open that chest. That's annoying.
That all sounds good and everything, Direwolf, but will it blend?
No.
It will not blend.
I'm disappointed.
Is this a floor that I shouldn't be, like, poking my head out of, or what?
Ah, there's.
A little bit. Alright, so now this is what it's going to do. Alright, let's see. So, iron is allowed to pass through here, as is tin and copper. But because of the restriction tube, copper and tin will first try to go up here into their copper and tin and iron storage units. Once we have 64 stacks of them in the barrels, then they'll bounce back through the restriction tube and into the filter, which will then do this. Cool. So now I just need some power going over to this guy, and we should be in, like, really good shape. Just need to get some power. Let's get that going. Power to this guy is real easy. Just this. So how's equivalent exchange coming, Pahimar? I've heard there's some cool things coming in the horizons here.
I don't do cool things. I don't know who would give you those lies and misinformation.
Okay,
Yeah.
we heard this boring thing's coming.
Everyone
How's that
knows
going?
that everyone knows that I'm just a big tease.
How's the teasers coming?
Well, if I stream occasionally, and last week I streamed some new things to the graphical overlay that I saw was in Direwolf's latest video this morning, which was episode 67, I believe it was today.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I saw Direwolf comment on that, and the bug you saw in the video has already been addressed. I fixed that last Thursday.
Excellent. I don't think
One
I
of the-
reported that bug to you, but now you're aware
No, you
of it.
didn't, but I had already fixed it by the time your video was out, so.
Nice.
One of the, what the overlay does right now is it draws the 6 sides of a cube, and one of the sides was being shifted in the wrong direction, so
Right.
that would be why it looked like more of a box.
Fair enough. I trust the Pahimar.
I was having fun with it.
You would be the only one.
Who doesn't trust Pahimar?
Pahimar.
Yeah.
That's okay. Everybody else trusts you, so I just
God
Pahimar
help
probably
them.
has a good reason. Yeah. He knows why. That's his fault.
You know, I doubt that Pahimar can actually know more about Pahimar than everybody else who actually trusts him.
I just had a mindception event.
I'm sitting here like, what?
Nice.
You're programmers, you understand, jaded. Awesome.
People are crazy.
Hold on, I need to trace the recursion of what that statement implies.
I'm just gonna like say that I might try catch and just keep going.
Alright, as soon as this thing gets enough juice to start running, it should be running. See? Look. Ta-da! Look at that. How
I
cool
think
is
the
that?
base case of that was a compliment.
Where are you going?
See, except
You're going that way?
Yeah.
Where do you think you're... Oh, you're going that way. Oh.
I just may have done a roundabout compliment in a very strange
Hang
way,
on.
guaranteed to brains, you know?
Thank you for the reach around.
I do not
You're
want
welcome.
these things to do this.
I
So
like
need to
how
do
we're
this.
talking and it sounds like Direwolf's
I
chicken.
sense a jump
chicken.
cut.
No, it's okay. No, it's cool.
No, it sounds like you're chasing a chicken though.
Really doesn't matter if I paint that line or not, but whatever. It's all good.
User joined your
You
channel.
come back out of here.
Hi, Lemming.
Hey, Lemming. I'm recording, by the way.
What's up?
He's
Chilling.
recording.
You just said.
Okay, other than that though.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I haven't gotten that fun error again yet, Lemming.
Well, that's good.
Of course, I also haven't tried logging in yet, so...
You can't.
I can't what?
Can't log in.
Why?
Try it.
Why?
Servers are down.
It's fine.
What is this nonsense?
I've been trying since Direwolf started recording.
Oh, so
Those should have been
Direwolf,
painted
you're
black,
all
I would think.
alone.
Yeah, Grum was on there and he crashed. It's like, no!
At least that's one thing
Oh,
that's
is that
really
what's
nice
going on
about
right now?
having him on the server is whenever it goes down, he's always like, well, Stam, I can't play on Forgecraft. Fix it.
Precisely. Alright, you gonna behave now?
Nope.
No, it's not behaving. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, like,
You asked, you didn't tell it.
exactly.
Okay, that looks better now. I don't know why that made a difference, but it did. Cool.
I can already see people using this thing.
That suddenly made a difference. Weird. I have to report that bug to LRM. Figure out what's up with that. That was weirdness. But now things should be behaving. Ta-da! Cool. Now things are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So again, that black painting thing is not really important. It's not even necessary at all, really. And we're gonna break it and put it back. Because,
Or painting.
yeah, by painting it black, it just restricts it from going down the red line, which is fine. So let's throw, like, my copper in here, and my tin. Cool.
There we go. Buildcraft in my Eclipse.
Hey, that's an always interesting task.
Now the important thing to put in here is this.
The unicorn bust.
Again, he doesn't tell us what this is.
Well, if you were on the server hanging out with me, then maybe
I'm
you
trying.
One, we can't log in, and two, we're only going to see what's in your hand in the future when we're going to listen to ourselves sound like idiots about not knowing what you're doing.
Wait, I have to listen to myself sound like an idiot?
would know.
No.
Should I attempt to sound like an idiot first?
Oh.
There's no safe answer.
Well played. Well played. My gosh. There.
I broke her.
Apparently.
No, I'm not broken.
Alright,
I
that's
haven't
the
been
mode I
broken
want the
yet.
thing in, because I want it to only pull 9 items out at a time. So by putting it in this mode, it'll fulfill any column here, but it'll only pull the exact number of items I specify. So in this case, 9 of each. And it won't pull if it doesn't get 9 of each. I'm just dealing with useless Zycraft blocks at the moment.
Hello.
They're very nice blocks. They're pretty.
They're
Pretty
gorgeous.
doesn't automatically mean like useless. Not always.
No, They're beautiful.
They
Well
do
done,
Then
Restrict-
again, there's
Yeah.
Britney Spears, which we found as evidence for the
The heck?
opposite. But
Please don't compare my blocks to Britney Spears. That's
We
a bad
went to the
comparison.
weird part of modding again, didn't we?
Suddenly my
Okay.
videos are seeming a little strange.
That-
Pahimar, what's your favorite
that
color?
I don't know, but I'm sensing another jump cut.
Possibly.
He'll leave in
Possibly.
my comment, but he'll cut out the Britney Spears bit.
No, he's gonna
Ew.
like, hey, look at. All right, guys, I just finished. It's like somewhere between us not knowing what he's doing to the end of the episode.
Okay, why isn't this doing anything now?
Jaded, pick a color.
I'll be
Dated
back in a
what?
few, guys. Let me figure out what it's doing. Why is it stuck now? Alright, I'm back. And it's this mode that we want to be in. I think this fulfills any one column, and this fulfills any item anywhere. So that should be the setting we want. Yeah, see, now it's definitely behaving better. Yeah, it is.
So
Look at that.
Direwolf. Here,
Sir.
Xenophobe has a new mod.
He
Yes.
does. I promised him a mod spotlight. I am going to get him one. Well, I didn't promise him a mod spotlight, but I'm going to do a mod spotlight for him because he's xenophobe and he's the man.
You might say he made you.
He made me?
I don't know, but that sounded
Again.
really creepy after I
Yeah, I
said it.
know.
Yeah,
again.
I know.
I was gonna say,
Suddenly I'm concerned about everything you just said. Oh, that's a problem too.
I'm concerned, Pahimar.
It's okay. It was either Direwolf or Britney Spears. He had to make one.
Right.
Zeno is being credited with making either Direwolf or Britney Spears.
Direwolf right now is just begging for Pahimar to shut up so he could do a recording.
And let me figure out that problem that I just caused, and I will be back. Alright guys, I know what the problem is. It's this transposer here. It's uncoloring the items as they pass by. So if I replace the transposer with a filter, and remember inline filters can paint items as they go through. Cool. So filter, same purpose as a transposer here, except for the fact that I want to color the items as they come through and make them black again. Oh, but that's gonna remove the red. Yeah, that's gonna be a nuisance, isn't it? All right, give me a minute. I gotta figure this out. All right, guys, I am back, and I think I'm coming up with a pretty good plan here for what I want to have built up. As you can see, I've now got it set up so that output from this system, which is the backside of the pulverizer, is set up to paint the things black with a filter, and this guy is set up to paint the things black with a filter, and this guy, anything it doesn't know what to do with, sends it down black. Blue is the stuff that we're going to definitely macerate, and then red is the stuff that we're going to definitely compress. Okay, so anything that goes down the red path, because it'll go down to this chest first, because this is the nearest chest to this output. So stuff's going to come down. If it's painted red, it'll go here first, because this is the nearest output. But if it's painted black, it won't be allowed to go through the red line. So, you know, the chest it won't get to. Continuing along, note that there's no black painting on this, because it's just going to, the black items will be able to go wherever they want. Okay, now as we continue along, we've got this filter here, which will only allow copper, tin, and iron to go in, and as a last resort. So if the copper, tin, and iron over here is filled up, then it will be allowed to bounce back into this guy. Cool? Following from there is this next thing that I'm about to build. I need to get out of my bag here the green paintbrush and some pneumatic tubes. So what I'm going to set up here, is a nifty little contraption, dude. We're going to set this guy to green, but we're going to actually make him a restriction tube with green painting on it. And that's going to be an ender chest that leads back to my main base. Ta-da! What this is going to be is this is going to be items of last resort to get scrapped. And the way this will work is I'll just get this green color going on here. It wasn't that green. It was one of these other greens. That one, I think. We'll say cobblestone's allowed to go down there and probably a few other things. But the way this will work is anything that gets painted green. Now remember, there's no black paint on here, so you know, if it's green, it'll still go up into this guy, which you'll note is conveniently set to one less than the maximum amount of stacks. So let's see what happens. Shall we? And this is the first time I'm testing this, so this may not work, but we'll find out, right? So I'm going to throw a bunch of cobble in here. Now watch what happens. Ideally, what should happen is the green items will not go here because they're restriction tubed. So they will instead go up and into this guy up here. But when they get bounced back, it'll find the shortest path back out, and it'll find its way to this restriction tube and go through to get recycled back in my original main base, which I said I'm going to kind of leave set up down there for recycling because it was just working so well there. All right, so let's see. Items are going in, and then they get bounced out, and where are they going? They're continuing along? Well, that's not cool. Where are you guys going off to? As I'm stuck in a hole trying to figure out where these items are going. Are they going to continue all the way down and across to this chest? Well, that's okay. Is this the wrong color green? I did lime, right? Is this lime? I think it is. Yeah, that's the right green. So let me figure out why that might not have worked. I mean, I do have a restriction tube over here, and I did clean up over here along this wall, by the way, so you guys might be excited or interested to see that. I've got everything kind of going behind the wall here. See? Nice and tidy. Cool. So they made their way down here. Why would that be? Let's see what happens if I put another stack in now. Go. Now he should immediately know that he's not allowed to go down this path. He should immediately know that this barrel is full, so the nearest path to him should be here, I would think. Yep. It did what I thought. So why it didn't bounce out and back into that chest is a little bit of a mystery. So let me figure that out. And then, of course, as we should expect, that item should have made its way into recyclers here somewhere. Oh, there it is. You know what? It's not recycling because the way I filled that chest back in the New World was through this chest. So there we go. Okay. So why aren't you bouncing out like I thought you would? All right, guys. Few changes. Got my cobblestone set up here, and I'm doing the same thing with gravel, dirt, cracked sand, flint. I should probably do the same with sand. Where's that light green color? There it is. So just normal sand. But again, it's all going to go and sort itself properly first. So I can just go throw all those items in there, and you'll see everything kind of flowing through. And it'll go into the appropriate barrels first. I moved this thing from over here to the other side. So actually, it all goes down over here now. See how this is set up? Cool. So what'll happen is this is a restriction tube too. If it's green, it'll be allowed to go here into the ender chest, and everything else will not be allowed down here. It'll be ushered into the next chest over, which will be this overflow chest right here. So everything should be making its way over. See? So crack sand going up there. That's gravel, which actually has a home way up here next to flint. Cool. I like these barrels. They're so awesome. And then, like I said, it should all filter its way back to the other world. So they'll go into that ender chest, and they get sucked out to the sorting machine on this side of the world. Cool. Ta-da! I like it. Alright guys, and now it's time to run my quarry again, because I want to see how everything filters. It should run actually rather smoothly. And then we can start working on the next stage of this house. So I feel like the sorting system is pretty well managed. So move quarry left 9. And that should start cruising. Oh wait, yeah, quarry move left 9. Derp. And I'm going to run the dig command, and I'll be back when it's running. Alright, we are digging, and let's go check out our sorting system. Everything should be cool. Yeah. Let's take a look. Everything should be doing its thing. See, everything's going into the barrels here, and everything's great. We are getting some seeds and stuff. That's okay. I didn't really account for them, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Otherwise, I think we're in pretty good shape here. We should have all our cobble getting macerated at this point, and we're going to build up a nice bucket's worth of dirt. That'll be good. Or not macerated, I mean, you know, recycled. Cool. All right, guys, I think our sorting system is in pretty good shape. There might be a few things here and there to add, but, you know, we'll find out what those are over the course of time. And with that, I'll be back in a few. Okay guys, I am back, and one more minor change here is I actually set up a color for things I want to automatically smelt, and they go into a relay on top of my powered furnaces. The reason for this is specifically things like cinnabar ore, which I want to automatically smelt. There's probably going to be a few other things too. And I had a route down here. Note that this is closer to this tube intersection than this guy is, and this guy will paint things that color, and it's a pulverized iron and the other things that might come out of your pulverizer. Those things that have a low percentage chance of happening. So I just ran my dig command again, and everything should be coming through. Now, I'm going to just close up this room, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this whole sorting system turned out. This is actually really cool. I'm loving it. Here we go. So anytime I need to get stuff, just run in here and grab it. Awesome. So I'm going to cover up this room, and then maybe start looking at what's next. Yeah, I'll be back when the room's covered. Oh, and you know what? I just checked, and we're right about that 30-minute mark. So this probably is a good wrapping up point for this episode. So pretty pleased to have the entire sorting system working properly now on this side. Again, it does send a few things back to my original overworld base for recycling and whatnot. Maybe eventually move it down here, but I'm pretty happy with the way things are set up at the moment. We'll see. You know, whatever happens, happens. Tons of stuff happening down there, as you can see. Things getting sorted around, moved, just pretty much heading where they belong. We're going to, oh yeah, creeper claws. Yeah, creepers now have Christmas Santa hats on. It's hilarious. Gonna, you know, build out this room a little bit like I promised. Yeah, it's so cool. I'm really happy with this system. What else do we got going on? I don't know. We've got a whole room over here to work with. I think this is going to be probably like all my processing stuff. So like any machines or processing that I need to manually craft stuff in here will happen. And then maybe this room over here might be my Thaumcraft room. And I'll just have a whole bunch of Thaumcraft goodies in there. That'll be like the relocation for a lot of my good stuff. Yeah. So, without further ado, Direwolf20 signing off on episode 76. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, you know, want you guys to come back next time, check out the other cool stuff I have planned for the rest of this build. There's actually a change I want to make to my quarry coming up. Like, it's doing a great job right now, but I feel like I could improve it, believe it or not. And it's not just adding more diggers to the bottom. No, it's not just going to be more block breakers on the bottom. It's going to be something actually a little bit more complicated. So, yep, Direwolf20 signing off. Take it easy.